Welcome back for part 4 of our series, Peacemaking and Cultivating a Nonviolent Heart. In the world of dualistic thinking, violence is the enemy out there, who must be isolated, conquered, smashed, destroyed. But I propose that violence out there is not the enemy. Violence starts much closer in. All that is unresolved or at war within me is the wellspring that feeds violence in the world. But I personally choose to not call it the enemy. I call it sister violence, brother violence. It's the disconnected and hurting part of the inner self that is begging to be acknowledged, loved, relieved of its suffering, its isolation, and integrated into the healthy rhythms of a maturing life. The work of cultivating a nonviolent heart is the work of inclusion, not exclusion, of all that wounds and frightens me. It's the ongoing, necessary, and worthy work of conversion of heart. The courageous work here is to embrace the invitation to conversion of heart and to integrate those parts of myself that are abandoned, exhausted, and begging to be healed, so that I can make something lovely of what has been bent and broken in me as a gift to the world I touch. We know the magnitude of the invitation by the intensity of the pushback. Every time I notice sister violence at work within me, I practice 4 simple and repeatable steps, and here they are. First, I actually notice what's going on within me, what's tightening up, what's closing down in my mind or heart, my attitude or spirit. I pause and acknowledge this is not me, not my better and honest and true self. An unwanted force is rattling around inside me that does not belong within this sacred interior space. Second, I address her, sister violence. I ask her, what have you come to tell me? Sister violence, brother violence are not enemies but messengers, come to tell me something I need to know about my life, about my attitude in this situation, even if the violence I feel is a justified response to an injustice done to me. Third, I listen, honestly listen, with humility and good intention. The message may be something like, let it go, or bless this wounded one, this sister or brother who is lashing out at you or causing harm from within their broken space. Or the message might be, you can step out of this cycle of violence and desire peace and genuine good for this wounded one. You may be surprised by the message. You'll know the message is true if it moves you toward peace, at least within yourself, if not also within the wounding one. And fourth, I have to actually take the next courageous step, which may be no visible step at all. It may be interrupting the cycle of violence with a compassionate question. Can you share with me where you're coming from? This is a way of loving your enemy. Repeat these 4 steps until the reactionary weeds of violence are gone from the garden of your heart, your mind, your imagination, gone from your muscle memory. Your life is too sacred, precious, and short to be absorbed in the toxins of violence. And so are the lives of those who give you trouble. So you know you're making progress when your heart begins to break with love for those who are trapped in their own endless cycles of violence. You know you're making progress when you deeply desire their healing and gentling of heart too, and when you do not run from their brokenness and exhaustion, but run toward ways to set them free. This work of inclusive love holds power to heal and transform the wounds of exclusion. This is the work of peacemaking, the work of loving your enemy. It starts interiorly and it moves outward. It's the work of costly love. So the core essential remedy to violence in any form, I discover, requires conversion of heart. Not the other's heart, but my heart. Each of us holds some capacity, however latent or undeveloped, to break the cycle of violence, to not respond in kind, but to choose to see the humanity of the other, no matter how hidden or broken that humanity may be. Inclusion overcomes the traumatizing dualities of exclusion. It's courageous work and urgently needed. In part 5, we'll briefly explore the Beatitudes as a roadmap to peacemaking. This entire series is available right here on my channel, and the downloadable Peacemaking Booster Pack, which includes my talking points, space to journal, some bonus material, plus a 1-hour conference with me, is waiting for you in my store. It's insight you can live with. Be well, live in peace, love one another. See you soon for part 5.